Hi, this is Brett with Aim Small, Miss Small TV. Today we're going to be talking about shooting in the wind. Yesterday I took my CZ457, some SK Pistol Match Special, and Lapua Center X to the range when I knew it was going to be about the windiest part of the day. I succeeded on that part for sure. I intended to shoot a video with the SK Pistol Match Special, doing an ARA target, and then the Lapua Center X with the ARA target. The unfortunate part is the bench camera ran out of battery, and my camera I had at the target ran out of memory. So I basically, rather than trying to salvage what I did have a video, I didn't bother doing anything with the video with the SK Pistol Match Special. Because my videos with the Center X, I did a couple of them. One, I shot and the video was good, and I liked everything about it, but I mentally wasn't into the ARA, shooting the ARA target like I wanted to be. Although I will say, you'll see shortly, the score ended up better than I thought, but needless to say, I did a second target of the Center X, and that one's score was good, and I was satisfied with my performance on that, and my calling the wind and all that kind of stuff. I'll probably do real quick, just a quick note, a little video on the Timney trigger that I installed in the CZ457-1. I gotta be honest with you, I love it. And I was thinking about this the other day, is the reason why I love it is it kind of takes the trigger out of the equation. I don't know, unless somehow you've had that same experience, is, there's so many things you're doing. You're watching the wind, you're trying to hold the rifle right, you're trying to get your sight picture right, you're trying to do all this stuff, and then, depending on the trigger, then you're trying to make sure you have a good trigger pull. In some triggers, it kind of feels like a two-stage trigger or something like that, or it's not consistent on when the sear breaks, or the shooting pin breaks. This trigger kind of takes all that. I mean, it's one less thing to think about. I believe it's about 8 ounces. I do have a video on that, which I'll try to remember to link in the description. But it kind of takes the trigger out of it, where literally you're just pulling the trigger, and it just does a great job. Like I said, it's almost like one less thing to think about. Think about that for a minute, and maybe some of you guys can relate. If you can, go ahead and put it in a comment. Let's get back to, that was definitely a side note, big time. So anyway, what can I say? I'm proud of the trigger. So I shot in the wind with this ammo. Video not good, video good. I do want to take this one quick moment to talk to the fellow YouTubers out there. Once in a while I get comments on the video saying, well, quite frankly, I'm dumb sometimes. One person even compared me to Biden, and I got to kind of agree with them, sadly enough to say. But, there's a lot to think about. I'm not a pro of being in the public, in the world, and on camera. It's something that you see YouTubers say, don't wait till you're perfect, just go for it. So hopefully the content's good enough where I'm invisible almost. So all you YouTubers, I know most of the time it's a one-man show, and you've got a lot of equipment to move. You've got to make sure everything works, and then you edit. It's just it's a process. It is a decent amount of work, and I think most people will enjoy it, including myself. Maybe because they're techie, or they just are into the stuff, or they just want to share, and they have just a joy in their heart to share. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty awesome. It is hard work, so I just want to say thank you, all you fellow YouTubers. All right, let's get to the work here. SK Pistol Match Special target, I'm going to put it on the screen. And the one thing I think I want to note on there is the target number 10, which gave me 25 points. There's no reason that should have been 25 points. You can see it in the video. I feel like I called the wind. I feel like I shot when I wanted to shoot. But, oh, you know what? Gosh, that's the one that I don't have video on. That would have been worth trying to save. But anyway, that round, that target number 10, had no reason to be a 25. So I'm going to do one small plug on sorting, which I have been doing, quite frankly, and I think it's mostly just for my peace of mind, that one more thing to be confident about. And only weight, definitely not rim thickness. This is just what I personally do. Oops, sorry. But that 25 might not have been there should I have sorted? If I had sorted. Which would have been brought my target score up 75 points, which is still 2275, which isn't great by all means. But those 25s hurt, especially, I mean, sometimes you're shooting and the round doesn't go where you want it to do. Those are the ones you typically see. They're like laughing at you as they're kind of just curving down some weird place. But maybe sorting, because this ammo, neither of these ammos were sorted for this video. Maybe sorting would have prevented that. Just a quick thought there. Okay, target number 1 of center X. It's on the screen. That was 2400. Not a whole lot to talk about here, but I did say earlier that mentally I don't feel like I was in my, in kind of my match frame of mind. And there's a lot of line lickers. Line lickers are the ones that are just about outside of the 100 mark and going to be a 50. And thank God when I put in the punch and, looked at the target, they were hundreds. I felt like I got lucky there, but it was great. I'm telling you what, 2400 versus what would have been maybe a 2300, it was great. Last target, okay, I felt very good about this target. And again, I think the video's very good on both of these. I think if you're trying to learn how to shoot in the wind or wondering how much impact the wind has on a 22 round, I think the video will give you that idea. So anyway, let's take a look at this guy. On this one, there's a lot of, we'll call it dot lickers maybe. I definitely tightened it up for sure. Still a 2400 score, but there weren't really many, if any, line lickers. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think there were any line lickers. The 50s were definitely 50s. Otherwise, in the hundreds were definitely hundreds. So I was super proud of that target. And once again, I do encourage you to go through the video. I did not edit the video to try to shorten it down. I kind of spoke in the video what I normally would have been thinking if I was in a match. And remember, please remember, this video is telling you what I think I know, but I'm no pro. I am learning how to shoot in the wind. So if anyone wants to give feedback, please do. And if anyone wants to say something positive, please do. I will definitely take that. But if you're an expert or you think you got this shooting in the wind dialed in, please share with everybody. I mean, it's, the comments are read by everybody, or viewable. Whether or not they're read, I guess, another story. On this video, in the description, I do have a few playlists in there. I have the playlist for shooting in the wind, which I've created a playlist. I've done other videos which, quite frankly, aren't as good, but probably hopefully worth watching. Let me just say it that way. I also did ammo testing on this rifle right here. I think 15 different ammos I tested to dial in what I wanted to shoot in the match. The reason why I chose SK Pistol Match Special is because of cost and performance. There were other ammos that had smaller groups, but they're also twice the price to 3 times the price. So I chose SK Pistol Match Special kind of on the budget idea. I shoot the ARA factory, so that's what do other competitions call it? It's basically there are certain requirements, like I can't change the barrel, I can't use a one-piece rest. So the factory ARA matches what I shoot. You know, you're basically, if it's a factory gun, you could do something with the trigger, you can bed and pellet the stock, and they don't care what scope you do. It has to be two-piece rest, or can't be, let's put it this way, it can't be a single piece rest. And so there's rules like that, and the idea is to keep a small kind of point of entry cost-wise that people can start getting into competitive shooting. And so rather than going with the expensive ammo, I went with, well, besides it's budget friendly, I guess, or you know, it's $7.50 versus the top ammo is like $30. So anyway, I won't go too much longer into that. But since we are talking about ammo costs and testing ammo in your rifle to see what ammo works best in your rifle, I'm going to do my second ammo giveaway, and I'm playing with an idea. Tell me what you think in the comments in this video would be great, because I plan on releasing the details of the giveaway in the next couple of days. I originally was thinking I'll give people a choice of either Ely ammo or SK Lapua ammo to see if I can just get an idea of what people are mostly interested in between the two. Or, you know, if I give this ore, I'm sure everyone's going to want the ore. I just do what I did last time and give, I think it was 15 different types of ammo. Go have at it. So let me know what you'd like to do. Maybe if I do the Ely or SK, I'll give you more boxes of that. Or if I have different lot numbers, which I do on some of this stuff, maybe I'll give you different lot numbers. Let me know what you think. Why do I care what you think? Well, I'm not doing this for me to just give my stuff away. I'm doing this because I want more people to have a chance to try out different ammo in their guns. Which I had a comment today. Someone apparently thought that wasn't a great idea. You get all kinds. I think it's great. I mean, I thought I found the ammo that works in this, and I stick with it, and it's been good to me. So I think finding the right ammo is great, and I don't think every ammo shoots great in every gun. And I know a lot of you guys think the same. So the reason why I do this, first of all, ammo is hard to come by, but even if it's not hard to come by, the different types of ammo and brands and everything like that are hard to come by. So I've got it. It's out of my own personal stock. So if you guys are interested in you know, the ammo giveaway, let me know, Ely, SK, if that's a good idea, or just give you a whole bunch of ammo. Or anyway, with that said, please make sure you get notified. Hopefully you're subscribed. Well, what am I supposed to say? Subscribe, shoot the bell, wait, leave a comment? Subscribe. I can't believe I forgot what I'm supposed to say. But anyway, do it. Please. And give me your comments on what you want to do the notifying thing. And, oh, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. See, all those people who think you have to be perfect to do videos are probably just laughing at me. Anyway, I'm just having a good time. I hope you guys are too. Please watch the videos. I think, like I said, if you want to learn how to shoot in the wind, I think you'll get value. And if you do, please let me know in the comments. Thumbs up would be great. Thank you. God bless. Godspeed. All right, I've moved on to center X. We're going to sight it in. The only thing I did between the pistol match special and the center X is I ran a clean cotton bullet through there, or pellet. I'm not quite sure what they call them, but this is the same thing I do at a regular match. So just run one of those things through there and start from scratch. So obviously the first round's going to be off compared to the others, but let's get this center X sighted in. at the dot, guys. And I'm not watching the flags. Okay, that's pretty exciting, right? Not watching the flags. I kind of shot pretty quick through those. My main goal was to get an idea where this ammo is going to be hanging out. Once again, I was not watching the flags. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to touch the turrets. I'm going to just use good old-fashioned hold-off, Kentucky windage, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to shoot the target. Probably mostly aiming around the 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, probably 2 or 3 millimeters from the center dot. I am going to take my sighters, so that might change, but let's start off with the top sighter and see what that does for us. Well, there you go. So, I don't know if it's, well, honestly, since I kind of foolishly didn't watch the flags while I was sighting that in, I don't know if the wind changed or just my point of aim because of moving from target to target. Not my point of aim, but my rest, you know, how the rifle rests and I'm holding the rifle. So, let's pay attention to what's going on here. I'm going to go on the dot. Alright, I think I'm going to move my turret. I'm going to take it up 3 clicks. Okay, let's get another shot downrange. Okay, by the way, those last 2 shots were aiming on the dot. On the dot. I gotta be honest with you, foolishly on the dot, but it worked out. Okay, so I aimed 3 o'clock with my dot touching the dot. So it wasn't, you know, kind of just 3 o'clock touching the dot. So here's what I don't know. I got no wind right now. Let's see. I'm going to aim that same position on the sighter. Okay, yeah, so we need some wind. That's what I was wondering. Shoot. Well, that stunk. I aimed on the dot. Kind of expected it to hit the dot, to be honest. Okay, that was 2 o'clock, maybe a millimeter off the dot. I'm going to take this time to fill up the magazine, take out the stock, or take out the bolt, just let my barrel cool down. That's why I say shooting groups, guys, is always easier than shooting 25 different targets one round at a time. Believe it or not, just that little rifle movement could cost you a shot. If you don't have the same exact hold of the rifle, it's not sitting in your rest the same, whatever. Okay, go for row 2. We'll start with the sighter. Another sighter. I aimed on the dot, by the way. I'm going to aim 12 o'clock off the dot. Oh, yeah, that's normal. Okay, I'm going to go on the dot again. Alright, that's fun. We're going on the dot. Okay, that was 3 o'clock, just kind of touching the dot. Okay, I want the flags really kind of blowing a little bit, at least to the left there. Three o'clock off the dot, barely. Yikes. 3 o'clock off the dot, barely. Shoot. A little aggressive on that. I went 3 o'clock, probably in between the 50 line and the dot. I was not patient. As I said earlier, it's hard for me to get in the mindset of a competition and shooting these videos at the same time. I guess I'm thinking in my mind, boy, these poor viewers have to sit there and watch flags blow. But I kind of want you to see the real time versus me editing out a lot of the, every shot, so you can't see what I see. If that makes sense. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at those. Well, with a little luck, those two touching the lines are hundreds. It's hard to tell looking through the scope. You could probably tell on the camera, your view. Oops. Let's see here. I've already went through 50, well, never mind, forget what I was going to say. Okay, what are we on, the second row? Oh, third row, good. As mentioned earlier, third row typically, until I learned to slow down, seemed to have been my challenging row, so let's see how we do. Okay, the wind seems like kind of right where I want it. That was 3 o'clock, maybe 2 millimeters off the dot. Maybe even 3:30. Okay, that was 3 o'clock, closer to the 50 line because of the strong wind. and so I wanted to get that second shot off. So that last shot, it was probably right on the dot. The shot before there was, I aimed a little bit to the right of the dot. All right, here we go. Let me, once again, the bolt is out and I'm loading my magazine. I don't know, this center X might be slightly better. It's kind of, I'm gonna have to shoot it more. But I'm so used to the SK Pistol Match Special. That's kind of my safety, my feel-good place. And of course the CZ at 1 versus any other of my rifles right now. All right, 4th row. Start with the sighter, and I think I should aim on the dot, which I did. See if we can get this row done with that same wind. Ooh. That was on the dot. But I don't like the wind coming toward me right there. So if the wind's coming toward me and they're kind of the flags are lackadaisical, I'd probably still take the shot. Okay, hold on. Okay, that last shot I aimed on the dot. Okay, holding off. Finger. Legs kind of look like they might do what I want it to do. That was aiming on the dot. I gotta be honest, on that shot, kind of going back and forth between the flag and my scope, and thank God the rifle rested where it was supposed to, because I pulled the trigger before my eyes were fully focused through the scope. I'm going both eyes open right now. Okay, so those last 2 shots, my eyes were more or less kind of open, both eyes open, because of that other shot where my eyes didn't quite focus in time. I mean, it paid off, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather kind of know what like everything's in the right scope of what's. So right now the wind is doing exactly what I want it to do. Let's hope. That's about where I aimed, by the way. And since there was nothing wrong with where I aimed, that was the same hold. Same hold. Ooh. That's going to be close. That was about the 3 o'clock hold. Right on the dot. That shot I aimed on the dot. Well, with a little luck, the camera downrange is behaving, and we might have some good data here for you guys and for myself. The last target, I was off my game, so we're going to try to concentrate a little bit more here, and let's see how we do shooting in the wind. As I normally do in a match, I'm going to go ahead and do my kind of warming up the barrel for the initial sightings and zeroing on the ARA target on the left side. Okay, that was expected, clean bore. Aiming 3 o'clock just off the dot. Alright. One more, hopefully. If it lands kind of where I want it to, we'll move on to the area target. Yikes, which it did not. Alright, let's kind of rearrange it, making sure my rifle is good and kind of lined up. The wind is stronger. I'm going to take a shot, basically 3 o'clock. Target right next to the 50 line. Okay. I'm going to go to move this time to go target 21, or kind of the first left target. Wait for my wind conditions. Both eyes open. So that's about 3 o'clock in the middle of the 50 ring in the dot. Feels like my target's moving or something. Okay, that one I aimed about 2 millimeters or 3 millimeters off the dot. That was kind of right in the middle of the 50 ring and the dot. Same aim point, both eyes open. Same aim point, both eyes open. I mentioned on the last target, I started shooting with both eyes open because on one of the targets, my eye didn't focus in the scope. I pulled off the shot, they got it. I mean, it was a 100-pointer. In fact, I think it hit the dot, but I felt kind of uncomfortable regardless. So shooting with two eyes opens okay. You just don't get a great eye picture through the scope that I kind of like to have, but at the same time you get to see what the wind's doing in real time while you're looking through the scope, because I've got where I thought the wind was right, I looked through the scope and then oops, cut off the shot, looked where it landed and realized that the wind's either stopped blowing in most cases or started blowing. So obviously if I'm aiming for the wind blowing and it stops blowing, my shot's going to not land where I want it to. So anyway, here we go. Second row. As you'll see, I kept the same cider strip, part of my cheapness. But it wasn't that shot up, so I figured, I'd get an idea if my shots were landing where I wanted them to. Okay, that was again 3 o'clock between the 50 and the dot. For that one, I closed my eye because I felt like the wind was going to keep doing what it was doing. Obviously, you left one eye open. Okay, that was a one-eye shot. Again, 3 o'clock between the 50 ring and the dot. This one I got slightly more aggressive and went a little bit more to the right, towards the 50 ring. Okay, even though I could feel the wind hitting me, I watched the flags. And the flags kind of were doing what I wanted them to do. And I think that one I was a little bit more to the left. And that one definitely was more to the left, probably two millimeters off of the dot. Oh man. I mean, I'm shooting good, so that's good. I'm kind of nervous at the same time. You know, I get shaking a little bit when I feel like I'm doing good, and it's kind of, I want to keep the momentum, but I also kind of want to slow down and get focused. And I want to shoot good for you guys. All right. Oops, I didn't take out this. All right. So I filled up a magazine. I did not necessarily take out the bolt on that one until after I loaded the magazine, but then I did look down the barrel just to make sure there's not any gas down there. Anyone know what I'm talking about on the gas thing in the barrel? Any thoughts on that? All right. Cider, third row. As mentioned, the third row is typically the one that's failed me in the past, but that was because I was rushing. So I have learned to slow down. By the way, that first shot, I didn't really pay attention to flags. Okay, here we go. That was 3 o'clock, just touching the dot. Same aim point. One eye closed, by the way. So I'm looking right now like I'm looking at the flags. Kind of closing one eye, looking at the, make sure I'm lined up. Not a lot of blowing going on. So I'm going to aim on the dot. Okay, same conditions I think. But I'm going to aim a little bit to the right. Looks like to me, gosh darn, that was a bummer. Looks like my target's blowing around. Either that or I'm on these kind of benches that aren't the most stable. Maybe the bench is blowing around, or I'm rocking around or something. Well, that stinks. So right in the middle of my whole target, you know, between the middle of all the shots I have to take, I get a 50. Bummer. Let's see how we can finish it up though. I think I'm going to aim, I want the wind to blow a little bit more. I could take a cider, but they're so far away. Hey, it's better just to be patient for the wind, I think. If I had a cider underneath, I'd probably take that and then work my way up. All right, my flags are different directions. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm aiming on the dot. Okay, I'm going to go that 3 o'clock just off the dot again. That's about, you know, that's almost where I aimed. Okay, bolt out. Bolt out. Load magazine. 2 more rows to go. Now in video, I know I've shot 2450s in the past, which is kind of what I'm looking at right now, but not in wind. So let's see if we can take our time. I mean, this is kind of a mental game at the same time. Let's take our time, load the magazine. Okay. Magazine in, bolt in. Lined up. I aimed on the dot there. So the cool thing is about that is, remember, I'm kind of zeroed for the wind blowing to the right. So if the flags are pointing towards me and it was still vertical to the dot, I feel like next time I could go ahead and adjust and maybe shoot in that condition during the, on the regular target. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I would just aim, obviously, to the left. Okay. Oh, shoot. Now we're at a 2400. And I aimed basically on the dot, I think. The flags were more aggressive than I thought they were. So here's the thing. My bad wind calls are screwing me up. Not the ammo, not the gun. My bad wind calls. That's about where I aimed. Slightly above that. Okay, I aimed basically 3 o'clock between the dot and the 50 ring. Okay, that one I scooted in just a little bit to the left. And it looks like it paid off. I mean, I probably would have worked out either way. All right, I think we're on our last row, okay? All right, let's see if we can at least do a 2400, huh? I hate to jinx myself. Typically, I should be able to finish this row all hundreds. Okay, that was about 2 o'clock just off the dot. That was the same aim point, scary. But it's 100. Ooh, Brett, be smart. I think that's 100, by the way. And I think I aimed about 2 o'clock, maybe a millimeter off this circle. Huh? What happened? I ran out of rounds. That's embarrassing. I must have forgot to fill that one up all the way. I'm going to go ahead and do, what is that, 4 rounds? Alright, that's not ever good for the mental game. I'm not going to bother with the cider. 3. Okay, that shouldn't have landed there, but whatever. I aimed about 3 o'clock just off the dot, about 2 or 3 millimeters. Okay, last one, guys. Let's wait for the right conditions, because I've seen several people who've had perfect score up to the last target. Usually if I screw up, it's the first target. I'm going to wait till I get the wind blowing the way I want it to. Because this, I think, is a 2400 target, which is good. Which is good. Still, I'm just sitting here waiting. Just, I have virtually no wind, but I'm not zeroed for no wind. Oh, so why take the shot, right? So let's go to conditions we do know. Like right about now. Right about, come on, give me a little more. Okay, great way to finish. That was 3 o'clock maybe 2 millimeters off the dock. Thank you guys. I think that's a good target. With a little luck, the camera downrange behaved and made it through. God bless. And get out and shoot.